here is St. Casimir's Church. This is the cupola on top of St. Casimir's Roman Catholic Church. Casimir was a prince of Poland, that's why there's a crown on top. This is the City Hall, and this is St. Christopher, who is the patron saint of Vilnius. This was the market square, and that's where they had markets here in the medieval days. Today in the winter, they ice skate here. We're going to head down a side street and get off the main drag.
So that's the name of the street, because the first glass manufacture on the territory of Grand Duchy of Lithuania was founded namely in this area, in one of the buildings on this street, and that was in 1547. The first, sometimes maybe once a week, or maybe once a month, maybe once in 6 months. So there would be two types of traditional food. It would be the food of farmers and the food of the nobility. There were city gates, and there were also street gates, and not many, but few old original arches. He asked me, and I was explaining that many Gothic facades were plastered. You see fragment of plaster removed, and it looks like it's framed. Brick Gothic facade, fragment of it on the display, which is very popular among locals, and it will be open today until 8 o'clock in the evening. So this is where locals come. The best pastries in town, as we think, and the name of this cafe and pastry is Poniulaime, that means ladies' happiness, because they're known for best pastries in town. Vilna Gaon Eliyahu, genius or wise man of Vilnius, we can see his bust put here in 1997, 200 years after his death. He made this town known as the spiritual and educational center. We move a bit further, and next to his house, the word is very see the photograph that shows the ruins of Great Synagogue after World War II. The garden. Now it is a primary school located there. So
that's where the synagogue
the property was returned after 1990 to original owners, their children, grandchildren. The property was also returned to religious communities. And this is because of the Glassblower Street located in this area.
This is the Rila and Chateau Hotel.
And now we are on the top right corner, number 6. That's 6. The big ghetto was liquidated on the 23rd of September 1943. So this year...
Tiny percent of the Jews in this city were exterminated during World War II. It's a nice cobblestone street. There's about 4,000 Jews in Vilnius today, and they have quite an active community. These cobblestones are original. Most of the rest have been replaced over time, but these haven't. This is the main street of the old town.
We'll walk on the side street. Nice view from here. We can see different layers of roofs of houses ahead of us. It's a decorated wall. Name of this street is Literat, after word literature or literary street. And in 2009, when Vilnius was was the European capital of culture, because every year one or two of cities in Europe they get that title, European capital of culture. So a group of local artists decided to decorate walls on this street, and as the name of the street is Literary Street, so each artwork is dedicated to one another local or foreign writer or poet who was or is linked to Vilnius or Lithuania. Some were born here, some still live here, some lived here, others visited here, were coming as visiting professors or visited their friends, other writers or poets here. So each artwork was made by different artists using different technique, different material, and some of them would be, we would read the name to whom it's dedicated, but others would be quite abstract. And then
this is St. Michael's Church. This is St. Anne's Church, Gothic, 500 years old.
In 1812, Napoleon came to Vilnius on his way from Paris to Moscow, and he stopped here for 20 days. And according to the legend, Napoleon liked the Church of St. Anne so much that he said, I would like to put it on my hand and take to Paris.
There's the old building that's been plastered over.
And here on the right, you can see the same as we saw in other areas before, fragments of plaster removed on purpose to show the old facade.
The area was destroyed by fire and rebuilt in the 18th century. 500 years old.
500 years old dwelling house. And on the opposite side, all these buildings, including the Church of St. John's. You see the yellow Baroque church? Church of St. John's. So this is the rear side of university campus. University is a parliamentary democracy. It's a city like. There is the Prime Minister and the President in this country. The President is more representative of the country, while the Prime Minister has more power in the country. The President is elected directly by citizens of the country for the term of 5 years and no more. On the top of the building, we can see coat of arms of Lithuania, a duke on the horse. And if you have any Lithuanian coins, cents or litas coins, on the rear side of coin, you can see coat of arms of the country.
Napoleon stayed here for 20 days in 1812. 9 years are part of the EU. This was the observatory in the old days.
So that's the university flag that is missing. It will be back in September when students are back. Yes?
They have a new one.
Ceremonies of graduation. Students will be back in September, and then the university flag will be back. The beautiful building of Vilnius Cathedral, Basilica of St. Stanislaus, neoclassical style. Next to it, or to the left, we can see its bell tower. Behind the cathedral, on a hill, a red brick tower can be seen, and that's the defensive tower of the former upper castle. As to the right, at the end of the square, there is the statue, Grand Duke Gediminas of Lithuania in 1323. He transferred the capital to Vilnius in 1323 from Trakai, and that's the name of the old capital, and we will visit Trakai, the old capital, this afternoon. Also to the right, a hilly area, and 3 white concrete crosses on the top of one of the hills there. That's the hill of 3 crosses. This was where 3 Franciscan monks, missionaries, were killed there by pagan people in pagan times, middle of the 14th century. The human chain here in Vilnius started from the hill where we could see Gediminas Tower. So down the hill, passed by the square to the northern part of the city where the north. All the 3 statues on the top are the copies, as original statues from the top. They were demolished by public authorities after World War II. And now we came to a very special tile in the square which has a word written on it. It says Stabuklas. It means a miracle. So if you have a wish, if you have a dream, you have to step on this tile, close your eyes, think about your dream, and make full circle round for your dream to come true, clockwise. It means to the right.
This is St. Catherine's Day, and these are wildflowers, and they're taking them into a church service today. This is the main street of Vilnius. This is Grand Duke Gediminas, who founded the city in the 1300s. So the Duke put a tent up here on top of the hill. Then he saw a wolf sitting on top of the hill, and he was howling. So the pagan priest said that the wolf was howling signified that he needed to build a town here, and it would be very strong. So this is the he-wolf that's a symbol of Vilnius, whereas Rome, the symbol is the she-wolf.